2, 1.
All right, everybody. All right. Well, first of all, I want to thank you all for coming here. And you know what? I love Culpeper. You know, I don't know if you all knew this, but at the beginning of the 1960 campaign for president, Lyndon Johnson came by here, right next door at the train station, and you know what he said? He started off his trip around across the country. He said, what has Dick Nixon ever done for Culpeper? And now I've got a question for all of you. What has Tim Kaine ever done for Culpeper?
Nothing!
Yeah, you can say that again. So we really got a great turnout here. Now the reason we're having this event here today is to support Culpeper's imposition of the 287G authority to remove criminal illegal aliens from Culpeper County. Before we begin, I did want to introduce my wife of 24 years. She's been with me through a lot. All those protests by illegal aliens. She lived through all that, and that's my wife Maria right here. And for all of you who are watching on Facebook Live or on Twitter, I just want to let you know we are in Culpeper at a great place, and that is the Beer Hound Brewery. So I want to thank Beer Hound Brewery. I want to thank Rolf Figures, Shirley Amons, Rick Cash, and Kenny Thacker. You know, sometimes restaurants, I know that what I'm doing, I'm cracking down on illegal immigration. I know that I can be controversial. And sometimes that puts a little bit of pressure on the venues. So I want to thank all of you. I want to thank each and every one of you for hosting this despite the protest. The reason we're having this on this date is because across the street, those who are in favor of illegal immigration, the snowflakes, they were supposed to be here today. But you know what? They canceled because there are snowflakes. You gotta love this stuff. There is a God, and He does have a sense of humor. So,
there's a few of them here.
all right, there might be a few snowflakes inside here, but that's okay. We welcome you to. Eventually, the snowflakes who are here, actually my tracker, Josh, he's a nice guy, by the way. He's right over there. He's a Democratic tracker. But eventually, you all come around to seeing the truth. So, you know, I appreciate that. That's right. You know, 10 years ago in Prince William County, we led the nation in putting in place the 287G authority. We had all kinds of protests. We had thousands of people who came in front of they burned me in effigy. Actually, they hanged me in effigy. They came through, and we were there for 12 hours a night when we were voting to put in place, implement the 287G authority. It was the absolute best thing that we did in Prince William County, and let me tell you why. In the 10 years since it has been in place, we have handed over to ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, more than 8,000 criminal illegal aliens. The crime rate dropped. Now, the Washington Post said that was a coincidence. The crime rate dropped by 48.7% in 2 years. 48.7% in 2 years. It saved lives. It's the right thing to do. And all the left, they said that this was going to lead to racial profiling and all this other stuff. And I want to let you all know that since we have put this in place, more than 10 years ago in Prince William County, we haven't had one single case of racial profiling. Not one. And now comes Culpeper. And I want to say he's not here, but I just want to thank all of you members of the Board of Supervisors, and I want to thank Sheriff Scott Jenkins for great leadership in implementing 287G. What your Board of Supervisors and your sheriff are about to do is to let illegal aliens, especially those who are committing crimes, let them know that they are not welcome in Culpeper, and if they show up in Culpeper and they do any crimes against any of your citizens, they're going to be caught and they're going to be deported back to their home country. Not every county feels this way. These are the snowflake counties. All right, snowflake counties. You know what one of those snowflake counties is? Fairfax County. Yeah, Fairfax County. Now, the sheriff up there, Sheriff Cassidy, she's got a very different idea of law enforcement. What is the #1 responsibility of every level of government? Whether this is federal government, to enforce the law, it is safety, and all those things are right, but what it comes down to, you know what it comes down to? Whether you're a local government, you're a state government, you're a federal government, your #1 responsibility is to protect the lives and the rights of the citizens who you serve. Now, Tim Kaine was in my home county yesterday. He was down in Dumfries. And who was he there with? He was talking about all these poor illegal aliens. These so-called dreamers. Well, I've got a question for Tim Kaine, and I think we all have to ask this question to Tim Kaine. What about your dreams?
That's right.
Yes.
And our children's.
And your children's dreams. And what about Brittany Binger's dreams? Brittany Binger is a 16-year-old in Williamsburg. She's abducted, assaulted by an illegal alien. And because of political correctness, that piece of garbage has still not been brought to justice. What about her dreams? What about the 17-year-old in Bedford? Abducted by illegal alien gang called MS-13. They killed him and dumped his body. What about his dreams? What about all those whose lives have been destroyed by criminal illegal aliens? Ask Tim Kaine about their dreams. Ask him about that. He doesn't care, folks. He only cares about one thing, and that's his own political success. That's all he wants, and his own left-wing agenda. That's all he cares about.
Self-serving politician.
So, that brings me back to Fairfax County. It's a tale of two counties. One is Culpeper, enforcing the law, protecting its citizens, protecting the dreams and the lives of its citizens. Scott Jenkins and the Board of Supervisors here doing a great job of doing what they're supposed to do. And then you got Fairfax. And in Fairfax County, you know what their motto should be? Here's what their motto should be. If you abduct a teenage girl, assault her, dismember her, and do that repeatedly, you're welcome in Fairfax County. That's what they should be saying, because that's essentially what they're doing. Fairfax County will not comply with federal law. Federal law dictates, and federal law reigns supreme when it comes to issues of immigration. This is not a states' rights issue.
Exactly.
This is not a states' rights issue, folks. The Constitution makes it very, very clear.
That's right.
That when it comes to enforcing the border, and when it comes to enforcing the nation's immigration laws, federal law preempts any local or state sanctuary city law. Federal law is very clear. You abduct somebody, you run their name through the database, the NCIS database, and if it comes up that Immigration and Customs Enforcement is looking for this dangerous individual, this illegal alien, you are to report that to Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and you are to hold them for 48 hours. Fairfax County has now essentially become a sanctuary county, and it has informed the federal government, Sheriff Cassidy has informed the federal government that they will not be holding these dangerous criminal illegal aliens for 48 hours. They are going to be releasing them right back into the community. And to this I say this, and I'm calling for this right now. I call on federal authorities to go into Fairfax County and arrest Sheriff. Senator Inhofe from Oklahoma is right. This practice of detaining illegal aliens and releasing them until their court date is absolute insanity.
That's right.
So his bill, which I will be supporting in the United States Senate, says this. You know what? Perhaps we can't try you immediately, but while you're waiting, you're going to be waiting in your own home country. This is common sense. And for all those weak-kneed establishment Republicans who think that it's good to be soft on illegal immigration, let me tell you, they're absolutely wrong. Because all of you law-abiding citizens expect us to enforce the laws to keep you and your family safe. And in Prince William County, when I put this policy into place 10 years ago, they said I would never get reelected in a county of 465,000 residents. I'm directly elected by the entire county, almost 500,000 people. 55% minority. But let me tell you something, the citizens of Prince William County know what's right. And that's why they have elected and re-elected me 4 times by increasing the And I want to send this message to Tim Kaine that when his dysfunctional criminal son shows up in Prince William County and terrorizes anybody in the name of Antifa, we're going to lock him up and we're going to send him, and let me just make sure that the Democratic tracker Josh can see this right now. We're sending him to Guantanamo Bay for I haven't even had anything to drink. But I just want to thank all of you, and together, I need your help on June 12th, but together this November, we're going to take back Virginia.